Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Michael Squires.
And I'm Dr. Carly Squires.
And we're with Audiology Services of West Virginia. With everything that's happening with the coronavirus, with all of the quarantines and everybody spending a lot more time together, we're seeing and hearing a lot more about people being held up in their own houses together, and that might be a situation that they're not used to being in.
Right, so we thought it would be fun to do a little series about maybe how to navigate through those waters if you've never been there before. So a little background, if you know us, you know this is true, but Michael and I are together pretty much all of the time and have been since we met, really, right?
Yep, all the time.
So we've had classes together, we've had clinical placements together, and now we own a business together. We obviously live together, so we're together a lot. So not that we're experts in this and not that we do everything correctly, but we wanted to share some of our tips. We have 3 tips for you, actually, that we're going to go through to help make this an easier process.
Right, so guys, take notes. Gals,
take notes.
Get some popcorn. I'm not supposed to touch my mouth.
No.
Sorry. Tip number 1, don't talk about personal issues that are popping up while you're quarantined in front of your kids.
Yes, I'm sure you've all been there if you have children and you're trying to have a conversation with your spouse, whether it's something that's frustrating you or not. It might just be a normal conversation about what you need to buy at the grocery store, that you're out of toilet paper, but it's getting interrupted constantly by kids. And so our tip is to just save that time, have a time dedicated where you can talk about what you want to in private and not involve your kids.
That's especially important if you have small children. And we do have 2 kids under 3, or 3 and under. But I also see how this could be really important for people who have middle school age kids or high school age kids who are probably struggling with the quarantine as well, trying to manage screen time and things like that. Might be difficult, and those kids might need to get some things off of their chest as well, so they don't want to hear about your problems because they might want to talk about theirs.
Right.
Tip number 2.
Have a safe space to go where you can be by yourself. So for example, for me, when I need to kind of just get some energy out and take a step back, I go down to our basement by myself. No one comes with me, and I get a good workout in. That helps to clear my head. I get some good physical movement too, and I just feel a lot better when I'm finished.
Yeah, guys, you can probably relate to this one. I am a turkey hunter, and it's springtime, so I'm out on the porch listening for turkeys gobbling and things of that nature. But I also do a lot of woodworking, so if I need to take a step back, I head over to the wood shop or out in the woods and take an hour or so to decompress.
Yeah, and it's just so important to take time for you in any situation, quarantine or not. Just always make sure to take time for you, and you will be a much healthier person that can take care of other people much easier.
Yeah, it's like what they say on the airplane, put your own mask on before you put anybody else on.
Right.
You got to take care of yourself, because if you haven't taken care of yourself, you're not prepared to take care of others.
You can't pour from an empty cup. And finally, tip number 3.
It's not a bad idea to either have a safe word or just have an understanding of when the conversation is escalated to the point where you need to put it on hold.
Yes, when the conversation is over, make it be over. Do not try to get the last word in, and I am the queen of this. I'm sure you can attest. As tempting as it may be, that just fuels the fire and makes it worse. So try to have a safe word, or try to have a safe space where you can be able to say something and not have to have a rebuttal coming right back.
Yeah, sometimes it's really difficult to listen instead of talk. It's something that I tell my 3-year-old all the time: use your ears instead of your mouth. In the most loving way possible, but it's so true, especially for adults. It's just so important to communication to just be able to listen for a moment, see the other person's perspective perhaps, and try to digest what they are saying rather than interjecting your own thoughts and feelings on what they are thinking. In the end, it'll be a lot easier to get along, especially in a quarantine situation, but kind of just life in general.
Yep, or if you're us and you're together all the time anyway.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so we're not professional counselors, we're not psychologists, but we do deal with what feels like marriage counseling in our business day in and day out, working with people with hearing impairments and communication difficulties. So we hope that these tips really did help or do help you through your quarantine.
Yep, if you have any questions, then we'll have our email and our contact information up on the video. Reach out, good luck, and be well.